Hello, everyone. I wanted to talk about why I think my book Silent Reckoning would make a great movie, even more so than the book that I'm currently writing, which, in order to adapt it faithfully, you would have to make a 3 or 4 hour epic or possibly a miniseries. But I think you could tell the essential elements of Silent Reckoning in 2 hours or under 2 hours because the book I think lends itself to cinema very well because for one it is based in the 1920s and it's about a silent movie actress who's trying to make the transition to sound, and it's about her trying to revitalize her dwindling career with the assistance of Walter Peterson, who is basically an obsessive fan, and as a result, she ends up trying to frame this rival actress who is competing with her for a certain part in a movie. And so I just think it has a lot of ingredients. It is a, kind of a film noir in some ways, although not completely. It also has similar elements to The Great Gatsby in terms of certain themes and the setting. And so I just think it would make a great movie for all of those reasons. Now, some people might think that because it takes place in the 1920s that Silent Reckoning should be like a silent film like The Artist. I don't think so. There's a lot of great dialogue that you wouldn't want to miss, which is another reason why I think Silent Reckoning should be adapted. Because of my previous work, my dialogue wasn't very strong, or wasn't as strong as it could be. But I do think that Silent Reckoning has some really great dialogues, and that's another reason why I would like to see it on the big screen. In many ways, I think that it is similar and was partially inspired by the movie Chinatown, which was made in the 1970s, and I would very much like to see it adapted in that vein, or even like the Great Gatsby movie that was made in 2013, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. It's far more like that, and for those reasons, I think it would make a great movie. And I also think that a good cinematographer could really do it justice, and also I would like for it to have a really strong score. And however, I could never make such a movie myself, mainly because I don't have the money or resources to make such a film. One person suggested a funding, but here's the thing: is that I can barely get people to buy my books, let alone crowdfund a movie, which would cost millions of dollars to be done properly. But it would be a great movie nonetheless if a producer or someone decided to option it. And of course, my biggest dream, is not to see my books adapted into movies. If it was, I would have become a screenwriter instead. Now, of course, one of the reasons I didn't become a screenwriter is because I want to have complete control over my material, which I do have while writing fiction, whereas I don't with writing screenplays. But I think all authors are curious to some degree to see what their books may look like on the big screen, and I think Silent Reckoning, more than any other of my books, would look very well for all the reasons that I listed, and for that reason, I would very much like to see it adapted someday.